Hey folks, Jackdaw here, and oh my goodness, I am so thrilled to dive into all the exciting reveals from N7 Day 2023. Join me as we unravel the mysteries and hidden gems behind every single Mass Effect tease, which are shaping the very future of this beloved sci-fi universe. From dissecting the brand new enigmatic N7 character teaser to decoding the secret messages hidden within each of the access codes, we're about to break down every single detail, tease by tease. So, with no time to waste, let's lightspeed ahead into this breakdown. So N7 Day 2023 kicked off with a brand new BioWare Mass Effect blog showcasing the community's deep passion delving into the challenges and joys of game development, and offering hints at forthcoming answers to fan questions like, is Shepard really dead? And did they really have beautiful Asari babies with Liara? Also, what does a baby Volus look like? All still a mystery, especially the Volus one. That to me seems like it's the most prominent. Yet the most exciting revelation lay hidden all within the content. A binary code that, once deciphered, spelled out Epsilon, serving as the first tease of the day. Fans were very quick to discover a new page on EA's website by appending Epsilon to the Mass Effect URL, which led to a Mass Effect Epsilon page featuring a mysterious countdown. Now, before we explore that, Epsilon itself has heaps of meaning in the Mass Effect universe, and also some real life context too. You see, Epsilon is the fifth letter of the Greek alphabet, which strongly suggests that the next Mass Effect game will be a sequel to both the original trilogy and Andromeda, promising that nobody is going to get left behind. This means that plots, characters, and lore from both galaxies are somehow going to continue to play a significant role, an absolutely reassuring thought for fans who loved both games. What's more, there's now potential to expand on the fascinating lore introduced just in Mass Effect Andromeda, especially with Sam, who is arguably the most powerful QEC AI in the entire Mass Effect universe. Check out my previous video for more on that, but it's exciting that prospects can continue going ahead. Secondly, Epsilon refers to one of the original rejected titles that was considered for Mass Effect. This might symbolize somewhat of a fresh start for the series, almost like building it from the ground up once again. Returning to the Epsilon website, once the countdown timer hit 0, a teaser trailer unveiled a mysterious figure donning a slick N7 jacket. Now, we'll delve deeper into the full trailer soon, but unlocking this URL also provided access to a data log that further connects the dots between Andromeda and the original trilogy. Access code Epsilon confirms successful access to a secure system using the code Epsilon, and this VJBSVUXXXX appears to be an identifier, but the specific details remain hidden. And now we have this Andromeda distress signal detected, suggesting a distress signal hailing from the Andromeda system, possibly signaling a problem or an urgent situation. Now the year sent was redacted, and then we had this audio transcript. Although they should know by now not to underestimate human, redacted, this snippet offering a glimpse into an audio transcript linked to the distress signal sent from Andromeda. Now this is actually Liara, and the full quote is, although they should know by now not to underestimate human defiance, a phrase teased in previous N7 days. However, it's not entirely clear from the information provided where this specific audio transcript featuring Liara originated. The mention of the Andromeda distress signal implies its connection to Andromeda, but is the audio transcript on the receiving or sending end? The redaction of the year also doesn't help, because it definitely would help alleviate this one. Either way, a massive connection to Andromeda with Liara at the helm of it full on confirmed. Now let's move forward. After Epsilon, the next access code was Oculin. Believe it or not, Oculin was one of the original titles considered for the original Mass Effect franchise. Now, even though Oculin translates to eye in English and doesn't really have any significant Mass Effect meaning, Oculin actually referred to the original name for the Citadel in the Mass Effect trilogy. This time, the data log provided more connections to the storyline continuing in Andromeda. Delving into the message behind access code Oculin 2819 Defiance, this code is packed with secrets. The Defiance part comes from the previously redacted quote from Liara. However, it's the 2819 dates that are most significant here, because the years 2818 to 2819 marks the new frontiers in the Mass Effect timeline, which regards the entire events of Andromeda, with the arrival of the Andromeda arcs in the Andromeda galaxy and the start of Ryder's journey as a Pathfinder. In fact, the year 2818 2819 specifically concludes the events of Andromeda's storyline, hinting at this transmission right after the events of Ryder's victory over the Archon, where then more arcs arrived in Andromeda and progress was made in mitigating the Scourge, thus showing that Ryder's storyline, indirectly or directly involving them, is continuing on afterwards. Then we have this classified review briefing materials on Alliance official comms, urging the recipient to review some classified material, which brings us to our last code. The last access code we have is Nebula or Post-Nebula. Nebula was, believe it or not, another title considered for the original Mass Effect game, however rejected of course. Now the data log in this one is much shorter this time, featuring access code accepted Post-Nebula, where a warning about a security breach is issued. The message advises contacting the Systems Alliance as a full teaser is revealed this time around. The finer data log features Epsilon, Oculin, Nebula, a combination of each of these access codes. Now, as much as Epsilon, Oculin and Nebula are of course rejected titles for the original franchise, perhaps they could be hinting at creating a brand new mass relay in a different galaxy, because additionally Epsilon, Oculin, Nebula, Post-Nebula, Proto-Galaxy and Galaxy all refer to the stages of forming a new galaxy. So is the next chapter of Mass Effect fated to be set in a brand new galaxy altogether? Scrap the Milky Way and scrap Andromeda, we're going to a new galaxy. But let's talk about this full teaser that was finally cracked with each of these codes. This 30-second trailer gave us a good look at an enigmatic N7 character strolling through what seems to be a spacecraft. On the side, you'll notice a bunch of canisters, which got me thinking about the cryopods used in the Andromeda Initiative arcs, but I'm not entirely certain about that connection, to be honest. The figure themselves is donning a slick N7 jacket with that iconic red and white sleeve on their arm, and I have to say the helmet is certainly unique. It's got some kind of dubstep vibe going on. BioWare even dropped a poster of this character for sale on the BioWare store, giving us a closer look. In their hands, they seem to be holding what I think resembles an N7 Eagle, a semi-automatic pistol with a muzzle this time, or even a silencer, suggesting more of a covert background. This entire character to me has this spy vibe going on, but the big question is, who are they? And frankly, I have no definitive answer, but I can certainly speculate. It's what I do best. Now Liara immediately is a strong contender. She's coming back for a reason, and our initial hint came from the character's boots when they were first teased, and immediately it looked like it was Liara. But then, since seeing this character in the extended full teaser with that N7 jacket and that iconic stripe, there seems to be the possibility of it being Shepard, somehow returning from the beyond. Those N7 threads, you know, they just instantly have us thinking Shepard. But maybe, just maybe, it's another Shepard clone somehow making a comeback. And even some of you have thrown in the idea that it could be the very love child of Shepard and Liara, which I think would be a very intriguing twist. Although it would certainly alienate many fans who didn't romance Liara, it would still be a very cool concept nonetheless. Another candidate is Ryder from Andromeda. Ryder didn't have any N7 credentials, but that didn't mean they couldn't wear N7 armor. I didn't think that this was very fair at all, but they were able to get away with it, so who's to say it couldn't be anybody? However, here's one theory where I find myself really connecting with the original teasers. I believe this character is our brand new protagonist, a fresh face stepping into this next chapter. Now, given their role as like an espionage or an agent, a spy, an investigator, they have this covert background at least going on in this teaser. I'm inclined to believe that this character is some kind of agent on behalf of the Alliance, or a Spectre working with the Council. Given the initial teasers about the Alliance communications and Liara's quote about humanity defiance and complaints about the Council, feels like we're still going to be something quite hitting home to what Mass Effect is, and that could be a Spectre or working alongside similar factions. Perhaps the reason of our covertness could be in regards to uncovering new technology. We've seen that promo poster hinting at the Geth's return. We've got the rise of quantum entanglement communication technology that was extremely highlighted in Mass Effect Andromeda with Sam, and with the Elusive Man and Edie back in the trilogy. And we've also got the restoration or even the creation of new mass relays. Even bigger than the mass relays, we've got connecting or building the bridge between the Milky Way and Andromeda. It would seem with Liara's transmission and the Andromeda distress signal that there has been some way the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxy can communicate, and I believe that's got to be through QEC. Either way, it's certainly been hinted at, and I do wonder about the future of other technologies that is clearly going to have some sort of impact in the future of Mass Effect. If not that, perhaps just for a fun twist, this N7 character could be an agent of the Shadow Broker. I think that would be so cool to work under Liara as she does her thing in the next chapter of Mass Effect. The poster art featuring this mysterious figure though did have a striking image that appears to be Omega or another brand new nightclub in the next game. All we see is just the vibrant nightlife and a lineup of very familiar alien species, including Solarian, Asari, Turian and Geth, suggesting that they're all going to be in the next game regardless of its setting. Another interesting detail to note is the presence of red and blue highlighted on the character's jacket in this cool poster. It could be purely a stylistic choice, but it could also signify the comeback of the Paragon and Renegade conversational system, which disappeared in Mass Effect Andromeda. Such an iconic staple of the franchise. Is it going to come back? I friggin' hope so. But summarising now, this teaser has got to be one of the best in a while we've seen from BioWare. I do think it's kind of funny, kind of ironic that we know more about the next Mass Effect game than we do with Dragon Age Dreadwolf, which is currently in its alpha phase and rumoured to release maybe next year, maybe 2025. Whereas Mass Effect, which is currently in its pre-production stages, development hasn't even begun and they're still thinking about the game, and it's probably like 5 or 6 years away considering Dreadwolf isn't even out yet. It's just a little bit ironic. I love Mass Effect equal to Dragon Age, but it does feel a little off that marketing is already huge for Mass Effect and Dreadwolf has still got nothing. Little bit suspect there, but maybe we'll get something on Dragon Age Day. Maybe we'll see something at the Game Awards for Dragon Age. I don't know. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Who is this mysterious N7 character? Are there any teasers that I missed? For the latest on the next Mass Effect and Dragon Age Dreadwolf, you're already in the right place. I have been Jackdaw, and I will see you in the next one. But until then, I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.